Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin with breaking news tonight. Florida's more than 21 million residents are the latest Americans now being ordered to stay home. After weeks of refusing to shut down his state, Governor Ron DeSantis says he is issuing the order, which starts tomorrow night because the president extended federal guidelines until the end of April. Now, the decision comes as cases nationwide continue to skyrocket. As we come on the air tonight, confirmed cases of coronavirus in the U.S. now top 200,000, doubling in 5 days. And more than 4,000 people have died in the U.S., about half of them in the state of New York, where the governor said today the outbreak may not peak there until the end of this month. Also tonight, Vice President Mike Pence is warning the U.S. is on the same trajectory as Italy, and there is growing concern about access to that protective medical equipment desperately needed in hospitals. We learned today the federal government's stockpile of masks and gloves is almost empty. Our team has every angle of this story covered. Mola Lenghi leads us off tonight from New York City, the epicenter of the crisis. And Mola, I understand we are learning that the governor's nightmare is coming true, that there are just 352 ICU beds left in the city.
Well, that's right, Nora. There is still a projected shortfall of beds in the city. Nowhere is that more evident than Elmhurst Hospital here in Queens. It is at the center of New York City's COVID-19 crisis. They've added 82 beds in just 10 days, with 30 more on the way. At Elmhurst Hospital, the epicenter of the city's COVID-19 crisis, ambulances arrive every 10 minutes. In the last 5 days, deaths in the state have nearly quadrupled. New York's governor says one model projects 16,000 New Yorkers will die by the end of this crisis.
This country. Look at us today, see yourself tomorrow.
The field hospital in Central Park now fully functioning. Patient arrived here at the Central Park Field Hospital. We're told that the patient is coming from Brooklyn, is in stable condition, and will not require intensive care. The city's emergency medical workers are taking a hit, with more than 900 of them out sick and emergency calls up 50%. EMTs with a caravan of 250 ambulances from across the country have come here to help.
All I can say is thank you so much for being there for the people of the city of New York.
With nearly 1,000 new cases in Illinois, Chicago ER Dr. Scott Samlin says the fear of infection is constant.
This is the most scared I've ever been being an ER doctor. And it's not just because of me. It's because I have a wife and a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old at home. I don't want to expose them.
With signs social restrictions are slowing the virus, warnings are getting more aggressive. Washington, D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser even sent out an alert to cell phones.
We are telling everyone in the capital region, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, please stay home.
Back in New York, Governor Cuomo, frustrated that people are defying social distance orders, closed all of New York City's playgrounds and asked the police to enforce it.
Who else has to die for you to understand you have a responsibility in this?
At least 82,000 people with medical experience have volunteered to join New York's emergency medical reserve teams. Those first 1,200 or so of those volunteers are expected to receive their assignments as early as tomorrow, Nora.
Well,